You're watching the Unlocked Door podcast with Marcus Wolfka. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode. I know it's been a bit. I finally got my new keyboard so I can actually function on my computer. I've gotten a little better setup. I did record before this, though. I recorded Shores Unknown, and we had a little technical difficulty with the camera. Believe it or not, the camera started falling because I had it on my mic stand, and I guess it was just enough weight that it made my mic drop. Because I had it on this piece of the mic, and it made the whole arm just fall. I guess I didn't have it tightened enough, but I'm never doing that again. So right now I have you on two boxes, same webcam and everything, two boxes, and my new hamper, laundry basket, whatever you frig you want to call it. Hamper, laundry bin, there's a few names for it, but you get the point. So, I think I'm going to make this episode about, because I was running through things I wanted to talk about for this episode, because I can't bounce it off of people yet, because it's just me. It's just me. And like I said before, that's fine. I really do want to have somebody on here with me because it's easier to bounce things off of people, and I need somebody that I kind of click with. That we can kind of get into an argument maybe once or twice every now and then, but it's more of like an understanding, and we understand each other. And who knows, maybe I will have somebody like that on the show. But today I wanted to talk about sometimes you need time. A lot of us nowadays, we don't take time to ourselves. We either keep working and burn ourselves out until we're like, oh shit, I need to take some time. And by that point, we don't fully recover when we do take the time. And it's mind-boggling because I know I do it. I kind of take time, but at the same time, I don't do what I need to during that time off. Very recently though, cause I game every day. My buddies, they wanted to game. We were playing Bloodborne. I had a bad run of I was getting my ass handed to me. Not in Bloodborne specifically, but in like other games I was playing. I was off, and I had a serious bad day. And I've had many days like that before, but this one got to me. And then when we finished gaming that day, we were going to game the next day, but I said, guys, I need to take 1 or 2 days off. So I took 2 days off of gaming, no nothing, just watching shows and YouTube videos, just relaxing, finding my center again, which is what I should have been doing beforehand, but I didn't. And it kind of showed. I was able to find myself again, not fully, but I was able to realize certain things and find out the things that I needed to do myself to help myself. And so many of us today, we don't realize that. And it's not good when we don't realize that we need that time off. We need time to ourselves without having to think, where we can just turn off our brain and just go through the motions. And again, that's hard and difficult for some of us. You're going to see that, and I'm sorry. The camera kind of turned itself and I said, screw it, I'm leaving it. But we need to take time for ourselves. Because if we don't, burnout is always going to be inevitable, whether we take time off or not. But I feel there are different levels of burnout. And with those different levels, you don't know what page somebody's on. I don't even know what page I was fully on for burnout. It got to me so bad. And this also has to do with like another episode that I had on where I was really angry with myself because I don't know the first thing about really taking care of myself. Like I can direct other people to help take care of themselves. But when it comes to me, I don't know how to follow what I say. And it takes me a lot because I feel unworthy. I don't. It's bad. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. It's nice and raining outside, actually, and it's quite nice. I think I'm going to keep my curtain open today. For once. But I'm also going to open my window back up after recording. I know I go off topic a lot, but it's certain things that it pops in my head, and I need to say these. I know when I game a lot, I'm very open with what I say. Like if it pops in my head, I say it. If I'm talking about a game or talking to myself in a game, I'm talking out loud in my room with nobody to hear me really. And I always think to myself, I'm like, am I fucking crazy? And it's just I pause there because I'm like, I should stop swearing because I'm trying to make this podcast without swearing. I've already said 2 swear words in it, but I'm probably just gonna bleep them out because, like I said, I want this to be a little more family friendly in a sense. I don't mind swearing on it, so if I have a guest that's swearing, I don't mind that. It's just I feel like I shouldn't swear so much. I keep looking up there because that's where my timer is and where I can see myself. So, with that being said, I suck at taking care of myself. It's taking me nearly 26 years, because I'm almost 26. It's taken me nearly 26 years just to grasp the bare minimum of taking care of myself. I've started eating a little bit better again, and I'm taking care of the tiny things that will lead up to the bigger things. A lot of misconception with taking care of oneself. People tend to think, oh, I gotta go for the big things first. I gotta fix the big problems. Not necessarily. Sometimes you need to do the small things and work your way up to the bigger issues. Because if you deal with the bigger issues, sometimes you'll feel good. You will feel good taking care of the bigger issues. But then you kind of forget about the smaller issues, and then the smaller issues realign back into the bigger issues. And then there you are, you're going back down. So that's why I say you take care of the small issues first, because it gets them out of the way. 2, they are stepping stones to deal with the bigger problems. Like for me, it's taking care of my hair, because my hair's a goddamn mess right now. I haven't taken care of it properly in a bit. Like I wash it and I brush it, but I don't brush it enough. That's the problem. And it will increase the knots in it by the time I go to brush it again, and then it's just a pain in the ass. I've gotten used to it at this point, which is bad. But there's that. There's the fact that sometimes I've only eat one meal a day. And any of my friends who know me know that I can eat a lot. And I burn it. And then there's a lot of other things that I know are like stepping stones for me. Like choosing the right foods. Like I choose decent soups that are healthy. I do choose things with a lot less salt in them because, one, I just don't like salt tastes a lot. Like I don't mind salt taste. I'll put that out there, but it's just when it's excessive. Like Tostito chips, I tend to get the reduced salt versions because it hurts the corners of my mouth because my body's not used to that much salt. Um, my mother, who I was living with growing up, she would basically cake things with salt on her plate, and she has diabetes because of that. That's one reason, possibly, and I think there's also like a hereditary reason. I'm not sure, but she put salt on things, and I always tell her when I go see her and I see her do that, I'm like, stop putting so much salt on it. It's bad for you. She's like, but I need it for the taste and all that. I'm like, just get something that has salt in it, even though that's just bad. But like I tell my stepdad, I'm like, take the salt from her, don't give it to her, and he gives it to her. I'm like, just put it. Ah. And they ask me every time, do you want some salt or pepper? I'm like, nope, I'm good. I don't like salt. I don't like salt taste. I hate saltiness. And it just, oh god. I know the last time I seen her though, she uses a walker, and I gave her walker that she loves broke, so I told her I'd buy pieces for her walker. And to her amazement, or to her surprise, I came to her house with a full blown new version of that walker, but I knew she liked certain features that were on the old model. They are interchangeable, so I spent the whole, I don't know how many hours there. I stayed for supper and all that, but I was sitting there working in her living room, exchanging pieces and fixing her walker for her. Get off my camera. A fruit fly just came in my room and just started. Fuck. But yeah, this is the type of heart that I have, and many people, a lot of my friends tell me not to lose it, and a lot of times I do feel like I'm losing it at some point, but then I'll watch something, or I'll just see something, and I can't fight the tears, because my heart just won't, it will never go away. It is a piece of me, and it's here to stay. I can go stone cold towards somebody, yes. Thanks, phone. Bad recorder. Bad recorder. Bad YouTuber. You didn't turn off your phone's sound before you started recording. That's something I definitely need to fix. Another small thing that I need to work on is upload schedule. I'll wake up and I feel so bad about myself that I'm sitting here like, nobody's gonna even miss me if I'm gone. Why should I record right now? I just don't feel like it. But when I'm doing this, I love it. It's me. It is 100% authentically me. I love it. It makes me feel good. It makes me get rid of all the worries, all my doubts. And my hair got in my ear. Ah. Long hair problems. But it's just, it's what I love to do. I may take time here and there away from it because I'm still going through the battle of A, finding myself, and B, working on my self confidence and self worth. Which, if I'm being completely honest, is very low, and I'm working on it. And monitor, please stay on, don't do that. It just turned off. I need to see the timer. So apologies if you heard me move the mouse around, but I almost said mice. But if you're gonna take anything from this episode, is don't be afraid to work on yourself and take time. Everybody needs to take time for themselves, and it's crucial and very important. Like I've mentioned before, it helps you with it helps you with your self-worth and how you feel. It's a necessity. Like, you even see some YouTubers out there, they say, I'm close to burnout because I've been doing this non-stop and I need to take a break. Jack's been taking many breaks because he realizes that he needs to. Also, while I'm on that subject, I'm still mad at people for what they said about him. Because a lot of people got mad at him for two things. One thing, actually. But, when his father passed, and I felt that in my heart when he mentioned that, and I'm backing Jack. Sean, I'm backing him with this, as everyone should. There were people making memes about it. And I cannot tell you the fury and rage that it made me have. Oh, okay, my eyes are watering. Mm. Whew. And I remember Jack, he said, "You are the worst people, scum of the earth." I don't know the exact words that he chose because I can't remember, but I just remember it was along those lines. And I am 100% backing him. You don't make a meme out of somebody's pain like that. Especially someone you supposedly respect, that you follow, and stuff like that. It just. Mm. And that might be one of the reasons why he's taking a little bit of a break. If so, all the power to him. Whatever his reasons for taking a break, I support them and I fully respect them. Because, like I said, we need to take breaks when we either realize it, or somebody else realizes it, or we just feel like it. And we should not be talked down upon for taking a break, or even nothing bad should happen to you, verbally, emotionally, or whatever, from others, because you chose to chose to take a break. We need to work on oneself. Now, I don't even know what I'm going to be naming this episode, because normally I name them before I dive in, but this one, it was kind of a spur of the moment. Like, I'm going to be editing this and uploading it immediately because it's Wednesday and it's 8 a.m. because I woke up at 6:48 officially, because I have a problem now where I only sleep like 3 hours at a time. Like, I can sleep 3 hours and then fall back asleep and then wake up in an hour or two after that. My throat's getting dry. I apologize. And very soon I'm going to be uploading this podcast entirely, so it's to Spotify and YouTube, because I've got a semi art for it, because the artists I want to work with, I don't know if they're working on it right now, but there hasn't been any communication from them. They may be busy, I don't know. Either way, I still respect and support them, because I love their art. They're amazing. They're an amazing person from what I've seen so far. And I'm gonna use this art that I got from Google for now. It might change, so if it does change, I do apologize to everyone. But I need something that will be official eventually, something that's more up my alley. Like, I have a vision of what I want, but I can't draw myself. I don't know how to do that kind of art. The only thing I could possibly do is go to separate artists, if it came down to it, get them each to do one piece, and then go into Photoshop and overlay them onto each other to make one complete picture. Because And that might be actually amazing because it would be different styles of art. And I don't know about that, but it sounds kind of nice. However, I do want to give this artist time to see. And this actually brings this episode to a close. And like I said, take the breaks when you need to take them. And just remember, I love every single one of you. Just remember how important every single one of you are. You are worth love. You are worth the respect. You are worth everyone's time. Don't feel like you aren't. Don't let somebody else's perception of you infect your perception of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Unlocked Door Podcast. See you guys next time.